Is Highwing all right? Natty told me what the two of you did.
Highwing's fine. I'm keeping an eye on her. She's safe, Poppy, I promise.
Good. Whatever the poachers are up to, I want Highwing far from it.
You said you had news about the poachers, and that some of it had to do with me.
It did. I overheard them talking in the Hogshead, and did you know that they have orders from Victor Rookwood to capture you on sight? Does this have anything to do with Rookwood and Harlow coming for you in the Three Broomsticks after the troll attack?
It does, somewhat. But at the moment, I'm more concerned about what else you heard them.
Fair enough. But I hope you'll let me know if I can be of help, especially after what you did for... Does the name Horntail Hall mean anything?
I'm afraid not.
The poacher's best kept secret, apparently. The name came up twice, but I also overheard one of them bragging about all the gold they're making at the expense of innocent creatures. The poacher spoke of this area, and I thought if we searched around a bit, it might give us clues as to what they're... If you ever meet my gran...
Not to worry, Poppy. If I ever meet your gran, I shall not speak a word of it.
I normally tell her everything. She might be my best friend after Highwing, but she knows. I think she worries I'll do...
Whatever gave her?
This way. A centaur. Tread carefully.
An entire castle to roam, yet you choose to wander here.
Please, we don't want any trouble. We're simply passing through.
Do you take us for fools? That we do not notice more and more of your kind around here, in league with the poachers?
We aren't involved with them. If anything, we want to see them stopped.
I hope for your sake that is true. Our kind is swiftly losing patience with the poachers and those they work with.
He was certainly a charmer.
That could have gone worse. Centaurs aren't exactly fans of wizard kind, and the poachers aren't helping matters.
But why would he think that we had anything to do with poachers?
I did notice the poachers talking with a few villagers in Hogsmeade. I'm not sure why. Perhaps that's why the centaurs are suspicious. That's the third time I've seen a dugbog behave that violently.
It seems that a lot of beasts have been more aggressive than usual lately.
I've noticed that too. It's almost like there's something in the water. This is... odd.
What is it?
Not entirely sure, but look
Revelio.
around. If the poachers were here, perhaps we can find out why.
Why wouldn't they take their cages with them when they left? Pelts. Poor beast, still smoking. They can't have been gone long. This is goblin metal. Seems out of place in a poacher camp. I should tell Poppy about it.
Anything interesting?
Poachers were here. All sorts of evidence. But I found something else. It's goblin made.
I found goblin... Let's keep searching. I don't have a good feeling about this. How do goblin and poacher interests align?
Look, down there.
Definitely poachers. No creatures though. So what are they doing out here?
Let's take a closer look.
They won't be happy to see us. Should we use disillusionment? Or perhaps a less discreet approach?
Hard to say from up here. Let's get a better lay of the land.
It'd be useful if it wasn't under stupid control.
Merlin. They were guarding the Minister for Magic himself. What is going on here?
Only one way out. Repair room. Revelio.
What in Merlin's name?
Are those dragons?
It's a dragon fighting ring. This is Hauntel Hall.
The name makes sense now, and secrecy.
No wonder the poachers were in Hogsmeade so much. Likely taking bets and spreading the word, given how crowded it is here. How could they possibly enjoy this? The centaurs have every right to be disgusted with wizard kind. There must be more dragons here. The poachers are far too greedy to run a fighting ring with only 2 dragons. We should take advantage of most eyes being in the fight and look around. But be discreet. You especially can't afford to be spotted.
Don't know what Victor was thinking, striking him.
It's no Dallas. Revelio.
Have you heard from your family? Has either of your brothers come round to our way of thinking? Will they join us?
Ah, they say we go too far. The violence isn't going to get us what we want. I say, if every last wizard is run through with a blade, then violence is going to get me precisely what I want.
Sickens me to work alongside any of them.
Not much longer now. Things aren't going to pull me out from under wizards. Wizard kind will pay for what they do.
Did you hear those goblins? Ranrok and the poachers must be working together.
Poppy, something's going on behind you.
What's going on down there? They must have only just captured her. She's putting up quite the fight.
Not a fair one, though. Not with her chained up like that.
Let's even her odds, shall we? Look, they've got a dragon egg. Hebridean from the looks of it. We can't leave it here, not with the plans they likely have for it.
Aloha, Mora. All right, I have the egg.
Ready. The element of surprise will only buy us a few seconds.
Let's make them count.
Careful! Ranrok will want his dragon intact!
It's no Dallas.
What there? Don't think you'll get it out of here. we're looking for, and you brought a friend.
You will fall! The lamb returns to
You should never have come here.
Hebridean black.
I'm guessing the egg we have belongs to that dragon.
I don't think she knew they had her egg. She wouldn't have left with...
What now? She didn't exactly leave...
I don't know. Nothing about this day was expected. Not the goblins, and definitely not the fighting ring. The last thing I planned... And the poachers saw her.
Since the dragon we freed flew off, does that mean we get to...
I'd much rather we have it than the poachers, at least for now. But I don't think... It'll be hard hiding something.
Should we expect trouble from the poach?
It'd be foolish not... I'm sorry to say that...
We aren't help...
You're right. If there's anything the poachers are... Be careful, won't you? I shall see you back at the castle.
The transformation spell. After you've completed the required tasks, which I'm certain will prove, you'll feel Attend my class to learn the first spell. Afterwards, we will discuss your progress thus far in the term.
The book Professor Weasley asked me to find should be around here somewhere.
Looking for the book Intermediate Transfiguration?
Professor Weasley asked me to...
Did she now? I'll give you this book.
quiz.
Hence, I have created. None of the other students will try it. Ugh, they don't value knowledge.
A quiz sounds like...
Splendid! Before the invention of the gold...
The golden snip...
Correct! The Snidget was first introduced, which potion is commonly referred to as liquid luck.
Felix Felicis.
Since it makes the drink the tale of the
The Deathly Hallow.
Correct! Which ball in...
The Quaffle.
When a chaser throws the quaffle, true or false, Polyjuice potion allows the drinker to change species.
False.
Correct. While well, if you're inclined to... And I won't be giving...
I'm sorry. I don't have time for a quiz at the moment.
Let me know if you change... I put the book back on the pedestal for you.
Revelio ought to make quick...
Want to test...
Revelio. Professor Weasley's tasks are complete. I should attend Transfiguration. Lumos.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Thank you for your persistence and cleverness. I confronted Piers about it and he confessed straight away, the old rascal. We've agreed to let bygones be bygones. Don't forget to say hello the next time you're in the Three Broomsticks. Thrilled to be back there again.
Settle down, settle down. Transfiguration, as you may be weary of hearing me say, is an exact science that can take a lifetime to master. But we needn't be daunted. Almost anything can be transformed if you can just perceive the potential within it. As I see in all of you, tremendous witches and wizards, every one of you. Or it could just be my eyesight. Now, you all know what to do. Beautifully done.
My mother would like to speak with me. I believe she has learned about some of what we've been up to. I am hoping she may be easier on me if you are there.
Can we meet at the Three Broomsticks? It may finally be safe since we rescued the dragon from Horntail Hall.
Duncan owes his reputation to you.
My fizzing whiz beer is still brewing. These things take time.
You wanted to discuss...
I did. And frankly,
Thank you, Professor.
as I suspected, now it seems you've been... Of course, the guide is... Deke tells me you captured, protecting so rare...
Thank you, Professor.
I will say Was your visit to the kitchens and the Hogsmeade graveyard with Nick to bribe a
Not at all. I'm fascinated.
I see. I admire your penchant. It'll be the end of the year in... I'll provide a final Until then, if you wish to practice the spell you just learned, the training dummy is available. Glad to see you are paying close attention to my demonstration of the transformation.
Since our visit to Feldcroft, something dawned on me about the triptych. Meet me at the Overlook, just north of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll explain.
My plan with the helmet failed, but I have another idea. I think we may be able to find what we need at a goblin mine south of Hogwarts. Meet me there, and bring someone who speaks gobbledygook.
I remember our meet mentioning something about gobbledygook.
Hello there.
Hello, Armeet. Do I recall?
I did. I do. Speak it. Is this to do with the goblin I saw you with?
It is. He's waiting for me.
Of course. How?
I think he simply wants to show me.
Good to hear.
You said you know...
I've been reading it for as long as... Once I grew bored with the classics, I devoured goblin...
Have you ever...
Unbelievably, no. Cannot wait to confirm subtle...
Lord Gok.
Of course.
A friend who speaks gobbledygook is meeting us. Before he arrives, perhaps you could tell me why we're here?
Of course. Unfortunately, presenting Ranrok with the Helmet of Urtkot did not have the effect I'd hoped. Because he knew the details surrounding its plunder, he presumed I'd had help from a witch or wizard in return.
How else did he expect Goblinkind to get the helmet back? Seems he has no...
I'm afraid we do not have... Damn Bragbor.
Bragbor?
Not long ago, Ranrok... They described repositories that Bragbor had been commissioned.
What do you mean?
Large, magically... Ranrok recruited... We were to search anywhere that was connected to 5 names mentioned in the journals. Rackham, Fitzgerald, Bakar, Morganach, and Rookwood.
Rookwood Castle?
That is where we begin.
Why does Ranrok...
He cares about... For centuries, wizards have... Thus, many... Ranrok was He was.
Here comes my friend Army.
Greetings, Lord Cock.
You speak Goblin.
Oh...
Enough. Please do not tell...
well...
Pronunciation is not the issue. I barely recognize that as language.
I can.
Just Lodgok. Thankfully, we only need someone who can...
What written plan?
We need some idea of what Ranrok knows or is and I'm unable to join you. All you need to do is not...
I'll meet in...
I will await. I shall see you soon.
The door is looking at us.
I'm quite good at sneaking about. You'll see. Books so rarely prepare one for reality. A real goblin mind. It's even grander than I had expected. I cannot believe I met a goblin.
Let's just learn what we can to get out.
Look at this lift. Impressive workmanship for so simple a device.
Impressive workmanship aside, it's the only way forward.
We're inside a real goblin mine. I've read about mines like this, but seeing one is something else altogether.
Armit, you'll need to stay close to me. I've dealt with worse enemies than these. Bombarder! Incendiary! No!
That was a little more than I'm used to.
We'll get us through here safely, Armit. You have my word.
Revelio.
Being watched by a door. Confringo. Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Revelio. Accio. Pulso. Revelio.
I feel like a character from one of the adventure books I read during the summer holidays.
Let's take a look around, Amit. See if we can find any
A schematic? Let me know if you see any more plans or schematics. We can't return to Lodgok empty-headed.
Revelio. Bombarda.
I will make you pay.
Incendio.
Fascinating to see gobbledygook written in a goblin hand. The flourishes are extraordinary. There must be
Revelio.
mines around here. What could they be building? If I'm translating this correctly, and I think that I am, they're building something rather large. But what? I will get to the bottom of what they've been building down here.
It's easily diverted.
There you are. Oh, this really is too much.
Stay close. I've handled much worse.
Another boiler. This place is more complex than I had expected. Another schematic. What are they going to build? This mine is too small for whatever it is.
Revelio. Revelio. Confringo. Accio.
Revelio. Devil's snare. Nasty stuff if we're not careful.
Not an entanglement we need right now. Lumos.
Lumos!
The area's still clear. If anybody cares.
Incendio.
Put me on the ground now!
Incendio. Incendio.
I'm afraid of heights! No!
Confringo. How many of them are there?
That should be the last of them, I'll meet.
This is not good. They're building enormous drills, bigger than this mine could contain.
Let's get out of here and tell Lodcock what we found. There must be a quicker way out of here than retracing our steps.
Accio! I need a moment to catch my breath. This was more than I bargained for.
I'm glad you came with me, Amit. Now that we know what they're up to, we can get out of here. Aloha, Mora. We're almost out of here, Amit. Look, the lift.
A welcome sight indeed. Can we...
That wasn't so bad.
It was. It really...
Thank you, Amit.
Understood? Your goblin secrets are... Without further ado, adieu.
They're building enormous drills. We found their plans. Ranrok must be searching for the repositories.
I fear you are...
I've been wondering...
Yes? I expected Rookwood Castle to be deserted when I arrived to begin my search. So was surprised to find a witch there who had set up a sort of improvised research site. She was studying something so intently that she almost didn't notice me. When she looked up, I thought she would react with fear or disdain. But instead she did something that I will never forget. Without a moment's hesitation, she smiled and asked me to sit with her. She told me that she was a researcher and showed me a small, oddly shaped container with a strange symbol on it. She was certain it was made of goblin metal, but was unable to open it. She wanted to work together.
Miriam.
Yes. But how did you...
Professor Fig's wife. He told me of her research, and I know of the container.
Ah. The reverence with which she talked of goblins and their intelligence and skill, it caught me entirely off guard. I'd never been treated with such respect by a witch or wizard. So, to my surprise, I let her study the container if she would allow me to search the castle on my own. We parted ways, with her promising to share what she'd learned. More of Ranrok's recruits arrived, and we began to dig, eventually locating the first repository. Ranrok was thrilled with our discovery, but furious when I told him about Miriam. Berated me for trusting a witch, and I heard she had been killed.
You think Ranrok murdered her?
I don't want to believe it, but I don't know. After that, something shifted in me. I had seen how the power from the repositories was transforming Ranrok, transforming all of them. I could no longer remain a part of it.
Thank you, Lodgok, for telling me this.
I tell you all of this so that you understand what is at stake. Ranrok never found all of Bragbor's journals, but the ones he did find suggest that Bragbor at some point built a repository far greater in size than the one beneath Rookwood Castle. What you've discovered here today worries me deeply. If Ranrok learns of the location of that repository, I fear we shall be destined for a great war. I will find out what Ranrok knows. Watch for my owl